We're gonna play caption that photo appropriately. I emphasize appropriately. Okay, so I'm gonna show a photo, a funny photo for K-pop, and we're gonna just type in your caption for it, basically. All right, cool. So we'll start with this one. So if you're still in the chat, caption that photo appropriately. How would you caption this photo? You know I had to get the dramatic music for it. Because this is serious. Nayeon is waiting for you to capture that photo. So I had to think about it for me. Like, why did she have a face that's smug? Like, what would I caption that? That's a perfect one, Brandon. You said, yeah, I did it, but you ain't gonna call me out. That's a perfect one. I think I was gonna say that's the say something face, just when you know the person can't rebuttal you. You're like, yeah, say something. Like I dare you to say something. Just like the smugness that she has in that photo is hilarious. That's a really good caption for that. Here we go. Here's one of Cheryong. How would you caption this photo? This was me during the ticket wars when I wasn't able to get the BTS ticket and I had to pretend like everything was okay. That's that's basically my mood. That's how I was. When you kind of, you know, I'm okay, I'm fine. But on the inside, you're not. That was mine. Oh, that's what you were gonna say too, Brandon. That's funny. This picture literally sums up exactly how I felt. Like I had to be a good sport, but it's like, man, I'm so mad. Caption that photo, and this one I actually do have one for. Yeah, this. Oh, I have a few. This was me when they decided. You know, this was me back when no concerts came to Orlando. That's what this was. Man, you already know. Like they would show the map and they're like, oh yeah, there's Atlanta, Tampa. And then I'm looking in the middle like, where's Orlando at? That's my reaction right there. Like it was only, I feel like until recently we started seeing groups come down to Orlando, or this could be technically for when K-pop groups don't come to your state. I feel like that's my caption. That's basically how I feel about that. I think me and Steph were talking about that, how groups sometimes don't come down there. He said, I am awake. That's a good one. I like that. We'll just go through a few more. We'll do another twice one. Let's see. Oh yeah, here's a funny one. This one right here. So this is Sana. Write down what you would caption this photo. Basically, and then it can be funny or it can just be like something just like normal. It doesn't have to be like extremely clever or anything. I'm struggling coming up with some of these, but yeah, just caption it. Let me see this one. Man, I gotta see. I think this will be me if this is me when my friends ask me where did all my money go after K-pop touring season is over. I feel like this is me. What would you say, Lemon Milk, or what would you say, caption that, Brandon? Yeah, it's like, I don't know what happened to it. But is it ever over? Yeah, that's a very good point. Twice finally finished their tour, actually, and it feels like it's been going for a while, but the amazing thing is that even as that tour ends, there's still ones that are still going on, like G-Idol's touring, Rolling Quartz. I think we talked about them too. So it's really crazy to see that it feels like it never ends. I feel like it's just discipline and making sure that you don't spend too much money that you don't have, basically, for sure, because there's so many concerts and so many good groups and some doing concerts on the same day. But we'll never talk about that. And we're not gonna talk about that. All right, I'm gonna do two more photos and then we'll wrap it up. It's almost about 2 hours. All right, cool. Twice. Gotcha. This one's for Eli. I probably will clip this because I don't know if he's still here, but this is Eli's bias, so I had to throw this one in here. This is Chewy. So how would you caption this? I feel like almost all my captions are based off of K-pop concerts and things that kind of frustrate me about them. Funnily enough, gotta see. I think mine would be when they schedule 2 K-pop concerts that I want to go to on the same day. That's the one. And that happened a lot this year. That would probably be what I put there. It's like, come on, man. But what would you all caption this one? And I actually do have one more afterwards, an AT's one. Oh no, that's a really good one, Brandon. You said when you forgot to log into your ticket account at the waiting in the queue. Tell me about it. That is so true, man. Especially when the queue is like, oh, you're I don't know, 1800 in line or something crazy like that. And I'm like, man, these queues fill up so fast, bro. It's crazy. So yeah, that's a really, really good one. Tell me about it, man. Some of these, there's some concerts where it's like, okay, it's pretty easy to get a ticket, for the most part. And then there are other ones, like I think when the Seraphim came here at BTS, it's like, bro, it's near impossible to get hold of those tickets. I have one, and this one already had. This one is of Yoonho, of the ATs, and this one already had already had my caption for this one already prepared. This one already had. This is me the day after a concert. I feel like that's probably the best one I could choose for it. And y'all know that after concert feeling, especially like a late concert where you're just like exhausted. That's my caption for this one. That's a really good one, Brandon. I like that. You said when you wake up and see 5 more tours, your faves announced. Yeah, that is true. As soon as touring season hits, or I mean, technically it never ends, but when it does start up again, it's like everybody's dropping tour after tour after tour after tour on the same day, and it's like trying to factor in like, okay, how am I going to work my schedule out to be able to go and see these things, and then how am I going to gather up the money? Like, there's so much thinking that goes into it, especially if it's not in your state, because then it's okay, I might need to fly out for it, get a hotel, and stuff like that. Yeah, I feel like overall, this was a really good podcast. I'm not done yet, but I just want to say a few things before I finish this up. It was a really good podcast. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Eli. Anybody I'm missing for joining this thing. Thank you, Lemon Milk. It was a really great time to be able to talk about K-pop. I feel like we did a good job of like discussing and talking about what really makes debuts important, and we had a lot of fun, which is the most important thing, which is really cool. I was really nervous about doing a K-pop podcast live because I've never done that type of thing, but I think it went well, and another reason why it went well is because of you all participating in this. Like, so thank you so much. Cool. So with that, I'm gonna play my closing music. This is actually a song I bought a while back. It's a song called Star Village by Bit Sound. They make like video game music, but it works really well anywhere. I like it. It's really soothing. I wanted to do this thing because I just wanted to try something new. I'm really big on not staying in your comfort zone and pushing yourself to try new things. And I feel like it went really well. There's always going to be some hiccups and stuff like that, but I feel like overall I'm really pleased with how this went. This was really dope. Let me just remove that off the screen and go back to title text. There we go. Yeah, so we had a lot of fun talking about K-pop debuts and why they're really... No, it's okay, Eli. Actually, I can do a little recap right now. You're good, man. I'll do a recap. Basically, what we did is we just talked about K-pop debuts, why they're important. We talked about things like, they're important because the first impressions matter. It's our first impression of this group from all the different groups that we watched today, from Mamamoo, BTS, G-Friend, Red Velvet, 17, Twice, IOI, ITZY, ATEEZ, Zero Base One, Baby Monster, Identity. But yeah, from all these groups from different generations. The different generations may have changed, the styling may have changed, the type of music may have changed, but one thing that hasn't changed is that debuts are extremely important, and they always will give us our first impression of the group. These debuts are why I've gotten into these groups. Twice, Like Ooh Ah was the first song I heard from them when I was on my college campus, and that song is what made me become a Twice fan. Like Glass Brandon, we were talking about that. Glass Bead by G-Friend, that's an iconic song that got a lot of people into G-Friend. Mr. Ambiguous from Mamamoo really showed us their harmony ability and kind of showed us where they were going to be going moving forward with like their like 80s type of feel with their music, and it was very, very jazzy. Like so many groups out there. Fourth generation, we can talk about ITZY, as you know, Eli, one of your favorite groups. Dala Dala really set the direction for the group with their messaging of just like self-empowerment with, I'm not afraid to be different. I'm going to be myself. And I feel like that's what we've seen with ITZY moving forward as well with the music that they've put out. Later on, the next generation too, Zero Base One as well with In Bloom, which was a really beautiful song. And even Baby Monster with Batter Up, and Identity with their song Boytude. I feel like we've been able to get a really cool first impression from these groups and really get a glimpse into their passion. So yeah, it's just been really cool to talk about these K-pop debuts. Well, okay, great. Here we go. I guess I'm gonna get motivational. Always got to tie everything up in a bow because I guess that's what I do basically. But I guess K-pop debuts was a perfect topic for this podcast because it fit perfectly. I mean, you think about it. This was the first episode, so in a way, this is kind of like the K-pop Hangout podcast debut. Debuts are scary because you put in a lot of preparation, but you never really know how things are going to work out. There's a lot of thoughts worrying about like, okay, is this thing going to succeed? Is it going to work out? What are people going to think about it? But you know one thing, that if you don't try something new, then things will just stay the same. And I feel like these groups were definitely afraid when they were stepping up on that stage, but they knew that they wanted something more for their career. They knew they had a dream that they wanted to accomplish. So they went through with it regardless. And I guess that's the main message I can take away from this thing. Like with me in this podcast, it was scary, but I went with it anyway because I have a goal and things I want to achieve. So I decided to just put myself out there and just try. And the same thing is that some of these debuts were not perfect. There's some of the debuts where you could hear that the voices may have like cracked a bit or they weren't as like stable. But this was the starting point, which they made adjustments from and they learned from and they got better over time. So I feel like it's the same thing with this podcast. And these groups stick with us because they keep going. Yeah, you already know I had to put some bars in there, Eli. Thank you. But yeah, these groups kept going, and I feel like that's what has just kind of made them stick in my mind. Like Twice didn't just stop with like ooh ah. I mean, we got just to name a few: Signal, TT, What Is Love, Feel Special. All of the songs afterwards, even leading up to the more recent music, was it Moonlight, Sunrise? And This Is For. It's just really cool to see how they did not stop and they gradually continue to grow and evolve. And the same thing with this podcast. I'll grow and evolve. I'll learn new things, and I'll continue to keep on trying new stuff. And I guess my message is to encourage you all to continue to grow and not get caught up in being stagnant, basically, or let that fear hold you back from trying something new. So I feel like that's really important. And to celebrate your growth is important too. It's so easy to get caught up in oh, this could have been better. We could have did this better, and get frustrated and stuff like that. But it's like, what am I better at today that I wasn't yesterday? And I feel like that's the biggest thing to think about. Even me with doing this thing, like, we started doing lives on my phone, no mic. This, okay, I don't want to hit my mic. This here, this stream mixer, that was not a thing. I was in my car, remember, doing these lives. And I made a lot of mistakes on that first live, but since then I learned from my mistakes, and there's been a lot of growth. I feel like this felt really professional. And maybe I'm biased, but I felt like it went pretty smooth. And if we go from where we were before to where we are now, it's a huge amount of growth. So I thank you guys for your constructive criticism, and that really helped me to be able to grow this thing. And thank you for just being part of this, because it's not just my podcast, like it's our podcast. So this is really cool that you all be a part of that. All right, so closing, or maybe 17. It's one of them where you said it feels like it was just yesterday. I kind of feel that way about my lives. Basically, it's crazy to think of how much time has gone by since then, and all the fun times we've had. Like I remember the different K-pop group nights, basically, and we played the K-pop quiz night. That was great, and the songs that were special to the fans, from K-pop music video night, performance night. So many good memories. The ones in the library, just really, really fond memories, man. This music got me getting all sentimental. And when I just look back on all the memories, it's really nice. But whenever a group gets ready to retire, they'll normally put out a song that has like flashback moments from all like their different like albums and performances and all like these memories and stuff. And it's good to look back on memories and to be present. 'Cause it's so easy to get so caught up in like, oh, I got these dreams for where I want to go, but you don't appreciate where you're at right now. And I think it's important to remember that we really are blessed, So that's something that I remember that I try to keep my mind on, is that regardless how crazy the world may get, there's always something to be grateful for sure. So I hope that that could impact you for sure. Yeah, so much time is going by fast, man. You're right. And I think that's the reason why I made this podcast, really just to be able to lift up people and to leave an impact and be a positive light in times that may be dark for them. So I feel like if this podcast has been able to do that, or my posts and my different videos, they've been able to do that. That makes me very happy. That's like what I said before. If it's 1 million viewers or just one viewer, like as long as I have an impact opportunity to impact them. That's all that really matters. So I'm really glad that y'all were able to join this. Okay, so closing remarks. This is time for Dean's weekly pick, basically. And for Dean's weekly pick, is a recommendation. So like homework that you can watch in between our next live. My weekly pick is going to be called, and I was recommended to me this by Eli. It's by Latency. And Latency, that's Latncy. And the music video is called Latency. So it's the same name of the group. So I'll just write down what it looks like if you were to type it in. It looks like this. If you look at the chat, it's Latency MV. And Eli recommended this to me, and it's just really, really fire. Plus, I believe Hyunjin from Luna is in it. So if you're a fan of Luna, you should check it out. Like, it's really cool. It has like a pop rock type of feel. So that's your homework, is to check out Latency, and just give me a DM on like, what you thought about it, or we could talk about it during the next live. So then the question now, as we wrap up, I really have a heart for lesser known K-pop artists because they don't get a lot of publicity and like shine. So that's why I'm really, really passionate about reaching them. So I feel like that would be cool if we could even reach like a lesser known artist, even like, I don't know, lesser known indie artist. It doesn't have to necessarily be someone really big or like a group. It could just be like a soloist or someone you met on TikTok that you like who does K-pop music, or it doesn't necessarily even be K-pop music. Let's just say even if it's like just Hindi music that you like, basically. Just anything to be able to support them, I think that would be really cool. I feel like we're all a really good team. That's why I don't like to use the words. I know everybody says fans and they don't mean it disrespectfully, but I really feel like it's a family with the people on this channel. Like, it's just really, really cool. Like, we're all from different places. We all look different. We all have different interests, but we can all come together for our shared love in one thing, and that is K-pop. And I think that's really beautiful. I think the thing I love about this channel is like, it's one thing I really try to curate, which is unity in this channel. And I feel like we really struck a nice balance of that. And it really is a beautiful thing, man. Which is cool. Yeah, exactly. You said that's why I say community. I don't like saying fans because we all support each other. Yeah, that is so true, man. And that is really nice. This is one of my favorite communities to be a part of. Like, it's just really, really cool. But this was a blast, y'all. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, but here's to a very successful first episode of the K-pop Hangout podcast. So yeah, I think I'm gonna head out. Unless you guys have anything else you want to say. But thank you so much for joining. This was really. I'm trying not to get. Sorry if it sounds like my voice is really faint. I'm trying not to get really emotional, but this really meant a lot to see y'all show up and support, and to have like different comments, the input, the gifts, and just being so kind. This has just been really, really cool. So thank you for supporting like this vision I had for this K-pop Hangout podcast. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to our next K-pop Hangout podcast. I'll keep the details posted. It's going to be a fun time when we get to do that. It's going to be great. So yeah, thank you. Thank you, Eli, for saying that it was very successful. I appreciate that. And thank you, Brandon. Yeah, you guys have a great night. So I'll just wait until everybody checks out, says goodnight, and then I'll shut it off. But I appreciate y'all. Thank you.